I want to start with you. What is your favorite game pick for today, either spread or total?
I'm looking at Denver in the first half plus 2.5. And hear me out on this one. I know it's a hard one to stomach, but if the Denver Broncos are going to do anything in this game, I do expect it to be in the first half. And this comes down to their defense. Their defense on the season, including the postseason, have held opponents to the third fewest points. They're top 10 against the pass, top 10 against the run. I expect the Broncos to try to slow this game down. And we've seen in the postseason so far, they have been able to outscore opponents in the first half of games. But I understand Stidham is under center, but at the same time, this is not a game time suddenly change of quarterback. Instead, this is something that they've had a week to prepare for. So I do like Denver in the first half plus 2.5.
Wild, considering New England's the best first half team in the NFL, but I do agree. I'd play the first quarter as well. I think you could put a couple wrinkles in that the Patriots might not be prepared for. Let's go to the afternoon game, or I should say the night game. Seahawks, anything inside of 3 is a bet. Right now we're currently minus 2.5. Two key reasons here. One, look at the Ram defense and the way they've fallen off since week 13. 22nd or worse in the NFL in scoring defense, efficiency, and EPA. Last week against the Bears, don't look at the 17 points they gave up. Look at the 417 total yards they gave up. Chicago's inability to convert on 4th and 1 was what killed them throughout that game. Problem number 2, 7th road game in 9 weeks for the Rams. We've only seen that scenario one other time since 1985. It was in 2021 when the Niners went on the road in the NFC Championship game against the Rams. Lost that game, Jay Harris.
All right, Joe, let's stick with you. What's your favorite player prop for today?
This is going to be a sweat. It's Sam Darnold, Seahawks quarterback, under on his rushing prop, 5.5 yards. 0 rushing attempts last week against Niners. Some might say it was because it's a blowout. Others might say he is battling that oblique injury. And with Zach Charbonnet out for the season, how much does Darnold want to risk running in this game? He's really only cleared this mark in 9 of 18 games this season, so he's not much of a rusher. Rams, 7th fewest rushing yards allowed to opposing quarterbacks. And keep in mind, if the Seahawks are winning late, like I believe they will be, we could get some kneel downs here, which results in some negative yardage, which could take some earlier rushes off the deck.
Joe, I like that one. I'm also looking at a quarterback prop. How about Drake May to go over 6.5 rushing attempts? You know it's the postseason. I was going to give at least one quarterback with his rush attempts. And he's averaging 7 rushing attempts for this season. And it's not just that. The Broncos are not good at defending mobile quarterbacks. And this is a must-win game. We saw it last week when they played against the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen finished with 12 carries. Even Trevor Lawrence the week before had 6 carries. But he doesn't even run as much as a guy like Drake May will. And kneel downs also count for this at the end of the game. So I like New England to win this one. So this might cash in the last minute or two. So give me Drake May over 6.5 rushing attempts.
All right, Aaron, thank you. Joe, thank you. The weather's been a concern everywhere. For more on the weather in both Denver and Seattle, here's Good Morning America meteorologist Ginger Z.
Hannah, Jay, thank goodness we're not dealing with this storm for the 2 games that we've got going today. So Denver, while they've had just a few snow flurries around, nothing for them. Temperature at kickoff, 3 p.m. would be 24 degrees. The winds will be coming from the north. They could gust up to 20 miles per hour, so it'll feel colder. It'll feel like the teens. Then in Seattle, pretty picture perfect, really. For tonight's game, you'll end up with a calm wind. Temperature will be about 43 at kickoff, so it'll feel like 43. Jay, Hannah, so glad we're not in the east.
Well, this afternoon on ESPN and the ESPN app, this is women's basketball matchup of the day as Joyce Edwards and number 2 South Carolina hosting Michaela Blakes and the undefeated number 5 Vandy.
And that's where we end our report on women's basketball. You guys know my take on it. I have no issue with women's sports. Matter of fact, I love women's soccer. I'll watch even softball, like fast pitch softball, but women's basketball is not for me. It's not even not for me. It's just not basketball as I know basketball. I think they can be competitive, but it doesn't belong on TV. It's just not a high level sport. All right, guys, good luck on this. I kind of like Denver to upset at plus 180 a little bit, but then I remembered, oh wait, NFL has that earpiece in the refs, so I stand by this. I don't think it's rigged. I think it's controlled. Had Bo Nix went down in the first half, Brandon Cooks was a catch. Bills go on to win. We don't even have overtime. They weren't going to let Jarrett Stidham play. But when it happens after 2 pass interference calls and he hurts it, centering the ball or whatever, you'll have this. Get your one-on-one guesses in, guys. Super pumped and never ripped resurgence before. This stuff is just going up. I wanted to break before it gets too much or before it goes up after Drake May. So hopefully we pull Drake May out of here. They're in there. It's pushing over 400 a box now. So You guys know the deal with this. All NIL, if they're not on a team, will get random to all. But they go to their current teams if they're in college uni. So let's start with the Automania. Then we're going to do the Optic. And then we are going to do the Resurgence. But get your one-on-one guesses, and you know they're going to be in here. There's a guaranteed one-of-one in this box. So if I can get it open. This one doesn't want to be open. Also, I'm going to post some recaps of the Optichrome. Optichrome is quickly becoming one of my favorite Leaf products we ever open. Every box seems to give us return. The Barry Sanders auto was over the price of the box, or right at just for that one card. And it's not even that. The supporting cards in it are doing well. You know, in that same box with the Barry, I think we pulled the Love. That was a $60 card. We pulled that Mendoza last night. That sold for like $250. You know, at 18 a spot, the McMillan we pulled is a $50 card. Again, these are just supporting cards that go with the bangers that are coming out. So, I think for 18 a spot, it's an easy way. If people look at it, it's like, oh, well, whatever, it's a $40 card. No, it's 2.5 times your spot price. So, as we look at things like Optic, where the boxes and Prism, oh my gosh, have you watched any first off the line Prism? Dude, it is not a good way to spend your money. And I was gonna go get us some boxes of Hobby Prism and some boxes of Optic Hobby. I'm not saying I'm not. I'm saying I may wait to see how they look. If they're like the first off the line, I mean, both of those products are gonna be close to $1,000 a box. Prism gonna be close to $1,100. Optic gonna be like $800-900. You know, when you work in break prices and stuff, it's a little higher. Because that's what I'm gonna go get it for at the hobby shop. I just don't know right now if that's the best way to spend $1,000 in break money, you know? Ricky White. I don't know where he's at. We're going to look it up. I was talking to Jason a lot about this morning. I mean, I want to open some Optic. I do. And there's, again, you're chasing the downtown. But everything I hear in Optic is that not even every hobby case guarantees a downtown now. And if you're not going to get a sealed case and you risk that a little bit, but I also like the idea of just buying a box here, a box there, a box here. Maybe we hit 2 out of 3. You know, we've had that luck before where instead of buying a case, I bought 2 boxes. Look at Phoenix. I bought 15 of those boxes total from 3 different orders. We have now hit 4 case hits. Like, that's wild. I don't know. There's something to be said about that. This is going to go out to the Seattle Seahawks, Ricky White. That is you, Jim Larson. And that is a 13 out of 25. Yeah, the snow here, I haven't even gone upstairs. It hasn't stopped. 12 inches. Where are you at? Where are you at with your 12 inches? That's what she said. Where are you at with your 12 inches? We got a Javante Jean Baptiste. Don't know this one. American football player for the Commanders. Seahawks and now the Commanders. It's interesting. These kind of autos, I put them out in a $3 box at shows. I just sold the whole box to someone. They just came and bought the whole box. So even though it may not be big, there's still value in the autos and no names. The Vontez Walker out of 25. The show I went to yesterday was absolutely awesome. Jason said he did a show. It was absolutely awesome. A lot of new people in the hobby just want to get some things. Maybe the UNC fans, whatever they may be. This is a Baltimore Ravens player as well. Kyle Moore. I like seeing the new people in the hobby, the excitement, loving cards, even if it's just this, you know, $5 auto. They don't all have to have case hits. They're starting to look at, you know, inserts they like. It's good. It feels kind of like when I got back in 2017-18 a little bit. Jaquan Jackson, 1 out of 25 on that one. We better have a good banger coming up on this. Usually on these ones we do. Going to be the New Orleans, drafted by the Titans, currently on the last played for the New Orleans Saints, then went to the St. Louis Battlehawks currently, but it will go to the New Orleans Saints. That's going to go out to Jim as well. Played at Tulane. Oh, really, Steve? I don't want to go up. We were, I think, around 7 this morning when I got up, but we were supposed to get 18 more inches. Quentin Skinner out of 25. This is a different box, so hopefully the 101 and the last two are bangers here. Quentin Skinner is going to be going out to the New York Jets. Another one for the Jets there. Jason Franklin. That might be the first one. I was thinking this was Jets, but it's not. Oh, that must be nice to be able to leave your house, Wes. We're already told we're in for at least 24 hours. School's going to be canceled here in an hour or so for tomorrow. But I will say this. It's like the whole East Coast. That's probably going to save ratings for these NFL conference games today. Because I'm not so sure the 3 o'clock Denver New England game was going to get hammered if the weather was nice. Luckily, both games are out west. So there's a positive side of it. I don't know. Weather seems like it's a little rough even out there. Thomas Castellanos, 4 out of 10. This would have been a nice serial number break as far as spreading it out. Boston College Eagles, and he also was with Florida State last year. I don't know that he's going to be... He played UCF, Boston College, Florida State. No word about... He's declared for the draft December 23rd, 2025. So we will random that one off at the end. I am salty. I'm not hiding it. Dude, another Puka. I think we have opened a Puka auto out of every box of this. This is our third box out of the case. I think everyone has had a Puka. Maybe this is a Puka case. LA Rams going out to Pete. I am salty. I'm allowed to be salty, man. My team does 5 turnovers, which, again, that's why I can't just blame the refs. But I'd like to know what the New England Buffalo game. And I was telling my wife, I was talking to people at the car show, I'm telling my wife. It does. It changes my whole week, right? It's not even just about, like I said, football's bigger than just the game. When you go to a card show with your Bills gear on, everyone's like, go Bills, or, oh, you think you're going to win today? And there's, like, all this excitement. And then, like, we saw a dude at Ninja yesterday. He had his Bill stuff on, and he saw me with mine on. We just were like, there was no go Bills. There was no, like, it was, like, kind of like, this sucks. There we go, Pook. It's just wild what comes along with that, right? I'm not going to quit blaming the refs. I'm not going to quit blaming the refs. I said it was the turnovers. The refs sucked in that game. Nate Wiggins, 1 of 1. Nate Wiggins, 1 of 1. The refs were part of it. It was all over the internet. I mean, we have commentators. When the commentators like, it's getting ridiculous. When the analysts are like, this is getting ridiculous. It's partly the refs, Baltimore Ravens. But like I said before, you can't have 5 fucking turnovers and win the game. There's just no way you can do it. Puka being our best auto out of it again. Puka saving those boxes right now. I hate the refs. Listen, I got Chat GPT and AI models that can do all this stuff. Why are we not just doing that? And can we talk about this? Can we just, the one thing can we get rid of? That stupid measurement thing. It feels like in a graphic from 1985 when they first were allowed to use graphics and they're like, let's look at the eagle eye measurement. It's like, dude, this is such a joke. It's a cartoon image. Do like a satellite image or something. That whole fake ass measurement thing that didn't affect our game at all. It actually, in a way, helped us in the Jaguars game. Because if they wanted us to not get the Jaguars to not get that first down, they adjusted the image. So it benefited us. It's just such a stupid graphic. Can we agree on that? Oh, I hate when they do that. Jake Plummer, Gunnar Helm. Hey, Tyler Shuck. The one thing I think, and let me see, I'm going to put a pull up on this. Oh, absolutely. But that's kind of what irritates me. It's like, hey, we know we can call holding when we need it. Let's not. But I'll tell you this, Chris, guess what would happen? Guess what would happen if people would stop fucking holding? They would absolutely stop holding. They would. So you wouldn't have to worry about, getting... You wouldn't worry about having it to be holding because it would self-correct. it would absolutely self-correct. I'm going to put this other blaster back over there. Here, I wanted to put this poll up too. So, should the NFL make every play eligible for review? For example, pass interference, holding, etc. Now, you can, again, with a limit of 2 reviews, and then going back to the fact that, can't do it with, if you get 2 right, you get a third. Because the one thing that they did this year that I was very, very just like upset about was, more than anything, was why were some things replay assist and then the next game they weren't? And I'm not saying just like, oh, well, it's only in this time. No, it was like, it could be first quarter with 12 minutes to go. Oh, after replay assist, we realized that player didn't catch the ball. And then the next game, it was like, you're going to have to challenge that. I just don't understand why. I need more definitive, concrete, situational rules on the replay assist from above. Jalen Milroe and Amika Egbuka shock. You do need the human element in the game. I would agree. So then, Jason, and I'm with you. I don't want robot refs. I don't think that's the way to go. But human element with accountability would be more important. Therefore, why can't I review pass interference? And then the other thing is, like in that Bills game, you say about stop blaming the refs. Well, that's fine. The rule is, hey, we pulled this guy's auto last night. The rule is, if every turnover is reviewed, well, then why wasn't that Brandon Cooks interception reviewed? They didn't review it. That's why McDermott threw the flag. Amari and Hampton, this is going to be our tight end next year with Dalton Kincaid. We are going to be getting rid of Dawson Knox, $18 million. We're going to save $12 million in cap. Who got the Bills? Robert. I like that card. But yeah, I'm with you. I think you do need the human element in the game. I'm all for it, but with accountability. So if a player does an illegal hit, right, even if he's not flagged, right, so let's just say the refs didn't throw the flag, it was a really bad hit, illegal, helmet to helmet, but they missed it. That player still gets fined, okay? We know that. So-and-so's got fined $18,000 for a helmet to helmet hit in the Bills game against the Bills. There was no flag, and that's fine. Well, why can't the refs be held accountable like that? If there's a blatant misconduct or a missed call, just start fining them. They don't make that much. Well, then pay them more. They're literally operating your billion-dollar industry and you're not paying them that much? Shador Sanders, throwback for the Browns. There we go. Like, why the hell are you not paying them more there, Goodell? I used to think Goodell was good for the NFL. I don't know if I feel that way anymore. I feel like he's too controlled now. I think when he came in, he wanted the best of the league, and now it's just like there's just too much money in it. He's grown it so big in his time here, which is what his job is. Terrence Ferguson and, for the Seahawks, Sam Darnold. Jim, are you a Hawks fan? Because if not, I would love to get that off of you. My son would absolutely love that. Let me know if you're willing to trade that. Maybe for a PC card or something. Yeah, I'm not saying that they don't put the best ones in there. They are. And I think that's good. The problem is if they're in the playoffs and they make a mistake, why isn't there fines for it? You know? So then, Chris, I would agree with that statement. Just because they didn't say it was reviewed doesn't mean it wasn't. Well, then my question to you would be, why do they sometimes go have the refs look at it on the sideline on the tablet, and then sometimes they call down? So I think that's what I'm saying is, where are these concrete rules of where replay assist comes in, when it's reviewed, when's it come from New York? When do they go to the sideline? It just seems very... Dude, nice Jackson Dart swatch there for the Giants going out to Robert. I think it's the inconsistencies, which has always been a very big pet peeve of mine, just in sports in general. It's the inconsistencies that bother me. You know, it's hard to watch as a sports fan in that aspect. I don't think these blasters are guaranteed hits, but we got 2 so far, so that's nice. They are union also. Yeah, we know how that's bad for business. I mean, it's great for the employee, bad for the business, you know. Coolston Loveland. I see that. I saw that at the teachers union. Like, teachers who shouldn't have a job still had a job. You know, so I see unions are good for the employee, bad for the big picture. And that might be true with the football officiating as well. I mean, we saw when the referees went on strike before. I was old enough to remember the conversation, how bad the replacement officials were. I think the MLB dealt with that before. Oh, employees love unions. I'm neither pro nor anti-union. It depends what side of the aisle you're on. Are you the boss, or you the owner of the company or the employee? If you're the owner of the company, Wes, you might not feel that way. You know, if you're the employee, you love it. So, Chris, who do you want to see out of the 2 games today? Especially NFC. I'm curious where you stand on the NFC. For me, obviously, I want to see the Broncos. They took us out. I can't stomach the Patriots in before we get to one. For the NFC, I want to see the Hawks in. So Broncos, Hawks would be my ideal pick, although not excited about that. New England would be a better watch in the Super Bowl. Probably not watching if the Hawks aren't in anyhow. Yes, I'm salty. Chris nailed it. But I will still blame the... You want all 4 teams to lose? I'm kind of with you. Let's just skip... Can we get the next season started already? Amika Egbuka and Best Tutties, Kittle and Purdy. I'm with you, Chris. Let's just get the next season started. There's another Jackson Hawes. Man, these keep getting me on the down. I'm going to... Like, one of these times, it's actually going to be a downtown, and I'm going to be, like, skip right over it. Jackson Hawes there. All right, one more chance at a downtown. Let's go. I have a couple more of these. Hoping we pull one. I actually got into a break with these. A 10 optic break that's supposed to rip today. I got my bills. I'm hoping I get some of these, like Jackson Hawes, some of these. Too many people aren't shipping, like, bet base. You know. I kind of get it in the random a little bit more. But in PYTs, man, it's like, dang. There it is, Jim Kelly. Oops, I went the wrong way on this. RJ Harvey. So that game starts at 3. Let's put in a little bet together, guys. Throw out some things you like. Props, game picks, whatever it may be. I'm going to put a bet in here at the end of the break. If I hit, I'll give 25% of my winnings away in a break credit to the people in breaks today. So let's put a little 3-4 prop or game parlay in. Give me some bets, guys. Throw them out there. Chris, you were spot on last time. I think you hit the ones you told me, right? With the Puka, Howie Long, Kamara, another Bills, TJ Sanders, Dyke for the Titans. I'm excited to see this resurgence box, honestly. I don't even know if I know what they look like. I know there's nothing guaranteed in it, but that's Topps. Get ready for that. Topps takes over March 1st. You're going to see that a lot. You know, there's a lot of products they don't guarantee autos in. Jalen Noel. Tyler Loop for the Ravens going out to Kyle.
Do you mind if I walk?
No, I shouldn't be able to hear it in here. I haven't bought it. Okay, that's the person he got clubbed in the face. Yeah, like that's the... I think you posted the thing like Bills fans don't look. Was that you? It was like don't watch us play. Yeah, it screwed us both, man. Jackson Dart, but in different ways. You know what I mean? We needed it to go. You needed to go the way the Bills had it. Bills needed the way it went for you guys. Jackson Dart, another rookie recruit. Taking packs away. And oh, I know, Wes. They're going to do it in football, too. DJ Giddens and a Kenneth Walker. He's going to need to step up today. Can't bet in Washington, so you don't think about bets. Well, come on, guys. We got people in here. You guys are pretty split, but more leaning towards no. We have 6 votes in, but 18 people in. Guys, do me a favor. Go in and put your vote in for that. Do you think the NFL should make every play reviewable? And if you don't want to vote, comment and tell me, well, maybe this and this, but not this. Sometimes I think it would be worse. To play the devil's advocate side of it, I think that it could be bad where maybe pass interference doesn't get called. And it's ticky-tack. But then they review it like, oh, it was. We see there's a hand and by rule. Like, so to who said it? The human element of it. That was Jason. Jason, I'm kind of with you. Leave the human element alone. But again, I go back to if you're going to do that, let's make it accountability. Let's have some, like, and Chris mentioned, well, they do. They're on a scoring system and they don't get a playoff game. Four receptions, 30 yards. A lot of check down. All right, there's one. You need to buy a new phone after that, too. That was all that was. I just knocked my phone over. 4 receptions, 30 yards, RJ Harvey. Chris, especially when that affects the team that needs the clock. They should be allowed to, the team with the ball, if it wasn't them that had an issue with it, they should be allowed to deny that. Chris, that was one of my least favorite roles. I would agree with you. 4 receptions, 30 yards. That's 2, actually. That's 2. RJ Harvey. I like that one. We're going to run with that one. Who was that? Steve Hamler. I'm going to put you in here just because I want to give you props if that hit. 4 receptions, 30 yards for the 10-second runoff. Also, the I don't know how you kind of improve on it, but the way the ball can't affect the catch, but it can. I mean, they've been dealing with this forever. What is a catch? What completes a catch? Oh, here's one they need to get rid of. If the ball rolls out of the end zone offensively, it's a touchback to the other team. Like if you fumble on the one it rolls, it's like, what? Take it back to the 20 for your own team, maybe. I could see that. You have to move back to the 20. Jamal Charles. Marvin Harrison Jr., voltage out of 275. Here's your voltage adapter. Cardinals. Nice card. Come on, I need 2 more, guys. We got RJ Harvey for 4 receptions. RJ Harvey for 30 yards. Sometimes when you do the receptions and yards, it doesn't boost you up a lot on a parlay. With the assumption that if he gets 4 receptions, he has a much better chance to get 30 yards. Luke Kuechly, numbered out of 225 for the Panthers. May, 2+ TDs. Josh, are you a Patriots fan? I got to ask that before I go on with this bet. Randy Moss, Glimmer and Gleam. Malik Neighbors, rookie, and Cooper DeJean, rookie. 2 solid rookie cards. I like these. Look. Drake May over in rushing yards. Dobbins is out officially. I think part of it too, Jason, is that, and I heard them talking about it at the beginning. Thank you guys for throwing some stuff out there. I think sometimes those quarterbacks are running for their life too, so it's more of a scramble out of necessity. Adrian Peterson out of $9.99. I like how many. There's been a numbered card in every pack here. Okay, Drake, do you know what his over rushing yards is? I'll look it up after this stat. I kind of like that. Okay, I like. How do you feel about the rushing yards, Josh? Maybe we can compromise here. I get nervous at the 2 passing touchdowns because Denver's got such a great pass D, but I'm not saying no to it yet. Brock Bowers, rookie voltage at a 249. Nice one for the Raiders there. That's Wes, right? Because you said you're Genty. Forgot about this dude. +4 receptions for Diggs. All right, let me jot some of these down. I'll jot all of them down, and we'll look at odds. May 2+ TDs, over rushing. I gotta see what the rushing is. Diggs, 4+ receptions. All right, so then I'll definitely look at the over rushing for May. I like the Diggs 4 receptions a lot. Ray Lewis, Boomer Esiason. Joe Alt Silver rookie. Barry Sanders. The thicker kicker. Is that him? Andre Reed. CJ Stroud. Did you see some of the CJ Stroud weather things? Malik Neighbor Silver. Tom Brady Conductors. All right, before we finish up and see if we get an auto here, let me throw some of these in that you guys pick. Just because I said, if I do it, I'll do 25% of the winnings. I'll do as a giveaway for anybody in breaks today. We are going to be posting more for, Wintergeddon here. Snowmageddon. Give me 1 second. I'm going to put these in and we'll show you what it looks like. I hit a lot of money on the last weekend's game and I haven't touched it really. So we're going to do RJ Harvey. You said 4 receptions. It's 5. Oh, that's for yards. Let's do 40 yards, you said? 30 yards is +162. I'll take it. Just bear with me, guys. I want to do this. Don't worry. If we hit, you guys get a little chance at a piece of this. I'm not just doing it for me. RJ Harvey, 4 receptions and 30 yards is +114. Alternate rushing yards. Oh, no, did you say rushing attempts? Dude, I don't know about this, guys. I'm going to throw this out there and you tell me. I can pick. To get in close to the positive, we have to take Drake May. 30 rushing yards is -14. 40 rushing yards is +182. So before I go any further, tell me how many rush yards you guys think Drake May has today. And I'll tell you what the odds are. So you guys go ahead and do that. Tell me how many rushing yards you think May is going to have. Dude, Spencer Rattler. Auto, we did get one. New Orleans going out to Jim Larson. Didn't we get a patch card too? You got a Shuck patch card and a Rattler auto. Are we staying away from the May yards when we see what we have to do? You think he gets 30? That's -114. Let me see what his 2 passing touchdowns is. I almost feel better about that. Well, we also said about Diggs receiving receptions. +4 receptions for Diggs is -194. I like that. We're going to throw that one in. And Drake May 2 passing touchdowns is -106. Let me show you where we're at. See what you guys think of this. Right now, RJ Harvey, 30+ yards receiving. RJ Harvey, 4 receptions. Stephon Diggs, 4 receptions. Drake May, 2 passing touchdowns is essentially 6-1. It's 5.9 to 1. How do you guys feel about that? Do a Diggs touchdown? Let's throw that in. I like this parlay construction with you guys. This is fun. All right. Stephon Diggs anytime touchdown is plus 220. That takes us up to 11.5 to 1 odds. Are we going to go all in? Bryant, 5 receptions, over 60 yards. Wasn't he hurt last week? Pat Bryant was hurt last week, right? There's a Cooper Silver, Malik Neighbors, Silver Voltage, Junior Colson, and a Brock Bowers base rookie. So if you guys aren't into betting, I apologize if I'm going a little slow, but this is kind of what I wanted to be doing lately, and for game time, I like it. Was Bryant hurt last week? I'm having fun on this parlay building. I think I can get a boost on it too. Let me see what my boost specials are. %30 profit boost. And you guys said throw in, hold on. I don't know how I feel about the Pat Bryant. I do either Henry or Amandre for a TD. No Diggs today. You don't think Diggs is going to score today? Fred Taylor? Circuit Breakers Lad McConkey? Sweet looking card. I still wish the Bills would have gotten him over. Dude! A second auto. I don't think there's any guarantee. Molecular Marks. 12 out of 99. Man, I kind of wish maybe I'd grab some more of this. If there's, I don't know. I have to watch more, see if there's more than one auto usually. Molecular Marks. Carolina, Tay Taylor. A sack for Allen or Benito. Let me see if I can get that thrown in. I like sack bets, but I'm sure one sack for him. Benito's minus 154 for a sack. It would only take our odds. Oh, it takes our odds up significantly. Now we're at 20 to 1. We're throwing that one in. Kyron Williams over 50 rushing yards. Hold on, I'm not going to get into the Seattle game right away. I'm going to stick to just this game because all of our bets are so far. I will on our next break. We'll put together a Seahawks Rams parlay. Tim Brown. Ricky Pearsall. This one numbered out of 75. This is a cool bishop. He was good to us. You don't like Diggs scoring. This is a fat pack. Do we have like a... Dude, we have another hit. Jalen McMillan, Circuit Breakers. Let's close it on a banger. Come on now. A Ray Davis patch auto resurgence out of 99. Dude. What a box, man. Hey, Robert, if you're not a Bills fan, hit me up. I will make some trades for the stuff in this. I like the stuff in this. Be happy to give you very, very fair comps on everything. Let me know if you're interested. All right, listen. If you guys are in, I'm going to do the recap, but if you guys are into building this and want to be a part of it and see what the total bet is, stick around after the recap. We'll do that. But I'm going to go ahead for the people that are not into betting and don't give a dang about gambling. But stick around. I'm going to put the bet in live. So here was our sleeved up stuff. Some just nice stuff in general on the sleeves. Ricky Pearsall out of 75. Cooper DeJean silver. Malik Neighbors silver voltage. Adrian Peterson out of 399. That was out of 399. Luke Kuechly out of 225. Voltage out of 275. We had the Loop, Dyke, Beck, Etienne, Loveland shocks. Woody Mark silver. Neal and Hall shock. Jalen Milroe base. Igbuka shop and Watkins silver. And guys, last chance, if you do want to see what the bet is, go ahead and throw any more options out there. I'm willing to throw some more things in on this. I like it. We had some other cards here. We had the Jackson Dart rookie recruits. Dylan Gabriel purple shock. Shador Sanders throwback optic. We had the, that's the one I said whoever had the Seahawks if you want to toss it out. We had the voltage out of 249 Brock Bowers. All right, and then here's what we had. Oh, I do have to random up that card too, so stick around for that. Jackson Dart patch here for the Giants. Thanks, Steve. Thank you for the input, man. I'll let you, I'll post the picture of it. Bryce Young out of 99 auto. Spencer Rattler rookie auto for the Saints. We had the Puka Nakua out of 3. The Tyler Shuck Swatch. And the Ray Davis RPA out of 99. Okay, Chris. Thomas Castellanos is going to be our random. Let me pull up the random wheel here. I will pick everybody's team here. And we'll go ahead and do this. Good luck to everyone, all 32 teams. Raiders, that's U.S. Man, won the mini, won the card. Go play a lottery ticket. Stidham for an interception? Wonder what that is. This could be a fun one here. Let me see. Passing props. We're not gonna add too much more. I'll check out the Stidham interception and see what it looks like. His yes is minus 176. Oh, you can't parlay it, so it doesn't matter. I can't put that in. All right, here's what we're going to do. Those of you still in here, are you ready to see it? I can only put a max of a 10 in on it, but that's okay because we have to use my bonus. It'll be worth it if we hit it. So I have a 30% profit boost. I'm just going to put 10 in here. 10 to win 271. And here's what we have. RJ Harvey plus 30 plus yards receiving. RJ Harvey 4 receptions. Stephon Diggs 4 plus receptions. Drake May 2 plus touchdowns. And Stephon Diggs anytime touchdown is what we have in. I'm just going to do it so we're not poking around anymore. If it hits, I'll give away more than 25% because 25% would be less than $75. I'm going to give away $100 in credits. Okay? I'll split it and do it as $250 if it hits. $250 credits. So that way 2 people win. Accept and place bet. We're in. I'm going to screenshot it. I'll post it. I might do more than 100. I'm going to post something on the page here. Appreciate you guys helping make it, though. That was fun. I'll be back with another break today. Stay tuned. Let me get organized here. We're going to post something else. Might even start with some Optichrome serial numbers. Peace.